Hey guys, welcome to today's class. Have fun.
Hi guys, good morning. So today we're still under sets, but we'll be talking about Venn diagram. What is a Venn diagram, or what are Venn diagrams? A Venn diagram is a simple representation of sets by diagrams. A simple representation of sets by diagrams. So that is the sets that we have that will now represent in a diagram. And the diagram is in form of a rectangle where we have embedded circles in it. We make use of a rectangle, and the rectangle acts as the universal set, while the circles that I said are embedded in it, they act as the set we are considering. So we have basic formulas for Venn diagram. So when we are dealing with Venn diagrams, there are some formulas that we work with. We have Venn diagrams, we have for either 2 or 3 elements. The highest is 2 and 3. I don't think there's no Venn diagram for 4 elements, yes. So we just have for 2 and 3 elements. So when we have for 2 elements, 2 sets, that is 2 elements of a set, we say the number of A union B equals to the number of A plus the number of B minus the number of A intersection B. So when we are solving this, you have to know this formula, you have to know it very well, because when we are solving questions on Venn diagram, it's not going to be hard with this formula, so you're going to understand the formula better. We have the number of A union B, and we already told you what A union B is in our last class. A union B equals the number of A plus the number of B minus n, the number of A intersection B. That is for n, the number of A union B. Okay, so we have for 3 element also. This is when we have BA, B and C. So the number of A union B union C equals the number of A plus the number of B plus the number of C minus the same thing we did here. We now start taking the intersection of the elements one by one. We took for A intersection B, we took for A intersection C, we took for B intersection C, and we now took for the intersection of all the elements. That's what we did here too. As you can see, we just have 2 elements, that's why we're having this. So we took for number of A intersection B, number of A intersection C, number of B intersection C, and number of A intersection B intersection C. So I want to show you the Venn diagram for better understanding. This is the Venn diagram here. We have 2 elements. As you can see, this is a set A and this is a set B. This S is the element of set A only. Y is the element of set B only. YZ is the intersection of the elements of A and B. So let us see it here. I wrote it down here first. So S equals number of elements that belongs to set A only. I'm sorry, the board was not enough. I should have added only. There is only there. S equals the number of set that belongs to set A only, while this Y here equals the number of elements that belongs to set B only. This Y is for B only. For B only. This one is X for A only. So and it says Z is the number of elements that belongs to set A and set B. That is, Z is the intersection of A and B, the element that belongs to both set A and set B. That's why it's in the middle of both. And W is the number of sets, the element that does not belong to any of A and B. This one is outside. As you can see, it's outside the set, but it is within the universal set. I told you the rectangular form represents the universal set. This rectangle here is our universal set, while these circles in it are the elements or the sets in our universal set. The set in our universal set, while these letters inside the set are our elements of this set. I hope you understand. Our rectangle is our universal set. A and B is our set that we are considering. And this X, Z, and Y, we told you that elements of a set are always denoted with small letters, while the set itself is always denoted with capital letters. So that's why we have what we have on the board. So I said W is the number of elements that does not belong to both A and B, both set A and set B, but is inside the universal set. As you can see, universal set is our rectangle and the B is inside it. So number of A, so I was saying we're going to understand the formula we wrote up there. So number of A here, the number of elements in A now, I told you, look at it from here. We want to get the number of elements in this set A. And I told you that set A, the number of elements in set A is what? S is the number of elements in set A only. As you can see, this is X. So if you want to find the number of elements in set A, we are going to look at how the circle went. The circle went like this. And if you can see, how many elements are in that circle? We have elements X and Z for A, but X is just for A only. But now Z is an intersection of both A and B. So Z is a part of A and is also a part of B. So we are going to add Z as part of the elements in set A. I hope you understand. So the number of elements in set A is S, Z, or S plus Z, because X and Z are both elements of this A. X is for A only, but Z is for A and is also for B. So the same thing for B, set B. The number of elements in set B, is X plus Z plus Y. As you can see, we have Y, which is the number of elements in B only, and we have Z, which is an intersection of set A and set B. So the number of elements in B is this and this, Z plus Y. So we have the number of A intersection B. A intersection B here is what? Z, where both A and B intersect, which is this. And we now have the number of A union B, number of elements in A union B. A union B, I said A union B is the union of both elements in the two sets, like the union of the elements in set A and the elements in set B. So what are the elements in set A and set B? We have X, Y, and Z. So these are the elements in set A and B. So this is for, if you are talking about set for two elements only, so for two sets only, Venn diagram of two sets only, which is A and B. So we are going to, I made a mistake here, it should be two sets rather. So it should be Venn diagram of two sets. So now we are going to Venn diagram of three sets, where we are going to have three circles. So most questions we see in past questions are based on this Venn diagram of three elements. So I'm going to explain that. That's the next thing we are going to. So I just hope you understand when we are dealing with Venn diagram of two sets. It's actually very easy. I told you the rectangular box is our universal set, while the two circles there denote our set, and the elements in it, the letters in it, denote our, we can either have letters or we can have numbers, and numbers of the letters in the set denote our elements. So we are going to do that for the one of three sets now. So this is a Venn diagram in case of three sets. So we have our set. I'm sorry, my diagram is actually faded. It's not really clear. But we have three circles. We have A, we have set A, set B, and set C. So as you can see, this is the, which is like there's no element here, so I just wrote it in case we see it. So any element we have here is for A only. Any element we have here is for B only. And any element we have here is for C only. That we have here. Look at the diagram very well. It's for C only. So look at the intersection of both also, both elements. Any element we have here, when you see this, the intersection of this and A and C, I wrote it here. This is A and C and not B. That is the combination of the elements here and the elements here without B. So B is not intersected here, so we can't add B. So this is A intersection C, and this is the elements in B and in C. B and C, elements in B and in C. So we have B intersection C. Here also is elements of A and B. The elements we have in A and the elements we have in B, which is A intersection B. And this is the combination of all the whole elements, the intersection of all, which is the elements of A, the elements of A, oh shit. The elements of A, B, and C. So that's that for theory set. So I'm going to give us an example, and this W equals elements that don't belong to A, B, and C, which is universal elements. And I told you a universal element is denoted by this a stylish U. Okay, so this is a Venn diagram of three elements, three sets, set A, set B, and set C. So I want to take a great look at this diagram. So we are going to take like 2 examples just to buttress our point and make us understand what we are talking about. So this is a question on Venn diagram. This is actually for 2 sets. So the next question we are going to take that for 3 sets. So the question says, in a college, 200 students are randomly selected. They are randomly selected. 140 likes tea, 140 students like tea, 120 students like coffee, and 80 students like both tea and coffee. So the question says, how many students like only tea? How many students like only coffee? How many students like neither tea or coffee? And how many students like only one of tea or coffee? Let's go back to the question. The universal set is 200, which is students, 200 students. And they said they are randomly selected. They said 140 likes tea. They didn't tell us if the 140 that likes tea is only tea that they like. So the question says we should find those that like only tea. So within this 140, we can have those that like tea and those that like out of it you can see those that like tea and those that like coffee. So that was the best thing, is to just represent it in a Venn diagram for better understanding. And they said 80 likes both tea and coffee. So the intersection of both is 80. Let me represent it in a Venn diagram for better understanding. So this is our universal set. So you don't mind my diagram. So the tea there represents our tea, and the coffee there represents our coffee. The C there represents our coffee. So the question says, in a college, 200 students are randomly selected. They are randomly selected. So our universal set is 200, which is what I have here. So they said 140 likes tea and 120 likes coffee, and 80 likes both tea and coffee. So from our question, the first thing we are going to take is the intersection of both. The 140 that likes tea, I told you, it is not tea only they like. If that it was tea only, we could have just fitting 140 here. But the question wants us to find those that like tea only. So this tea only here is for this. The question which says 140 likes tea, the tea is for all this like this, including this 80. So out of this 140, this 80 is included in this 140. I hope you understand. The 140 that likes tea, 80 is included in the 140. This 80 that likes both is included in the 140. So for us to get those that like tea only, we'll say the intersection 140, which is those that like tea, minus the intersection of this, which is 80. It will give us what we have here. So the number of those, question 1, marker is bad. Question 1, which is how many students likes tea only, it will be number of students that like tea minus the intersection of tea and coffee, which is 80. So number 1 answer is number of students that likes tea only is equal to the number of students that likes tea minus the number of students that likes both. Oh, sorry, I'm writing A and B. Both tea and coffee. Number of students that likes tea minus the number of students that like both tea and coffee. As I told you, this 80 here is included in the number of students that like tea, and which is 140. So to get our tea only, that is the number of students that likes only tea. So we are going to say the number of the total students that like tea minus the intersection of both tea and coffee. So our number of students that like tea only is what? 140 minus 80. This gives us 60. So the number of students that likes tea only is 60. And if you can see, number of students that like tea is 60 plus 80. Tea only is 60. But tea is 60 plus 80. That is, those that like tea only is 60, and those that like both tea and coffee, tea is included too. So we are going to add it to it. So that's for number of students that likes tea only. So number 2 question says number of students that likes only coffee. Number of students that likes only coffee. The same thing we did. Have number of students that likes coffee, which is 120. Our coffee here is 120, and I told you even this 80 is included in that coffee, because we don't know the number of students that like only coffee, but the total number of students here is 120, and we have taken 80 as the intersection of both. So the remaining one from that 120, like when we minus 80 from 120, will give us those that like coffee only. So we are going to do that. So this is number of coffee minus number of tea intersection C, which is 120 minus 80, okay, which is 40. So the total number of students that like coffee only is 40. That's that. So number 3 question says, how many students like neither tea or coffee? That's number of students. Number of students that does not like tea nor coffee. So from here, I told you our universal set is 200, and those that like tea only is 60. Those that like tea only is 60. Those that like coffee only is 40, and those that like the intersection of both, that is tea and coffee, is 80. So we want to get number of students that don't like both tea and coffee. So that kind of student, where would they be? They'll be outside tea and tea. They'll be somewhere here. And to get this, we already know the number of elements that are here, and we know our universal set. So to get this one that is outside the set, which is in the universal set, so for everything here to be equals to 200, what are we going to do? For everything, I told you this rectangle represents our universal set, and these are the elements of the set we have there. These are our set, tea and coffee, and these are the elements here. The elements here equals 180, and our universal set is 200. How come? So we have to, there's still 120 that is remaining. So that 20 remaining is outside. It is outside the two sets, which is tea and coffee. So the number of students that does not like tea and does not like coffee will be outside, which is our 20. So if you look at everything now, my marker, if you look at everything now, we'll see that the addition of this, and this will give us our universal set, which is 20, which is 200. So number 3 answer says, number 3 question which says, how many students like neither tea or coffee? That means the student that does not like tea and does not even like coffee. So they don't even take, I think they don't even take anything that comes through the mouth, like tea or coffee. So what the answer here is 20. We minus the universal set from the addition of the elements here. So I'm going to write, my marker is kind of fading. So I've told you the answer. The answer here is 20. So the last question which says, how many students like only one of tea or coffee? You have found out students that like tea only, students that like coffee only, and students that like none of the two. And we now have the last question which says, how many students like only one of the following, which is tea or coffee. So when looking at what we did before, number 1, which says tea only, for tea only we have 60. Number of students that like tea only, we have 60. And number of students that like coffee only, we have 40. So this question is just asking us the number of students that like tea only plus the number of students that like coffee only. Don't let the English, don't let it affect you. It's nothing hard. So the question is saying how many students like only one of tea or coffee. That is the number of students that like tea only and number of students that like coffee only. So from here, the number of students that like tea only is 60 and the number of students that likes coffee only is 40. So the answer to number 4 is just 60, which is number of students that like tea only. Let me write it out. Number of tea only plus number of coffee only, which equals 60 plus 40, which equals 100. So we've solved the 4 questions we were given under the example. Number of students that like tea only, which is 60. Number of students that like coffee only, which is 40. Number of students that does not like both, 20. And number of students that like only tea and coffee, coffee, tea only, coffee only. Number of students that like tea only, coffee only. Tea only is 60, coffee only is 40. So we added it and it gave us 100. So the thing we are going to do now is solve a question on a Venn diagram with 3 elements. That's when we have 3 sets. That's when we have 3 circles in our rectangle, which is our universal set. So that's the next question we are going to solve. So this is a question with 3 sets. Let me read the question out because I will have to erase the board, but I'll write the question in the comment section. Like I'll write it under the video. In a survey of 500 students of a college, it was found that 49% liked watching football, 53% liked watching hockey, and 62% liked watching basketball. So we have 27% like watching football and hockey. That's the intersection of football and hockey. 29% liked watching basketball and hockey. 28% liked watching football and basketball. While 5% liked watching none of the games. So the question says, we have 3 questions there. It says we should find how many students like watching all the 3 games, that is football, hockey and basketball. Number 2 says the ratio of number of students who like watching only football to those who like watching only hockey. And number of students who like watching only one of the 3 games, that is the person that likes only one, that does not like hockey and basketball but likes only football. So I know there are some people like that. So I'm going to raise the board and so we can start the solution rather. Okay, so this is the solution to the question that we wrote before. So the question was talking about students who likes different forms of game. Different forms of game like football, basketball and hockey. So when you are trying to solve any question of a diagram, it's essential and important that you list out what you are given in the question for better understanding. So we have number of students that likes football, which is the percentages. This one we are dealing in percentage now, which is 49%. Number of students who likes hockey, the percentage of them is 53, and the percentage of students who likes basketball 62. So the question says those that like football and hockey 27, basketball and hockey 29, and football and basketball 28. So now I want to get the number of students who likes all 3 elements, all 3 games, which is football, basketball, and hockey. And from the question, if you look at the question says 5% of students actually don't like 5% don't like 5% don't like any of the three. 5% don't like football, hockey, and basketball. So you know that 5% is outside, and the whole of our universal set is 100%. So when it says 5% does not like all three games, that means 95% of students, the union of all games there is 95%. I hope you understand. They said 5% does not like any of the three games. That is to say, number of F union B union H equals to 95%. Is that right? Okay, so we want to use this information we have here. To know the number of students who likes all three games. We already know those that don't like all the games, and we already know those that like two of the games and those that like one of the game. Now I want to know the intersection of all three games. That is, all the students that like both football, hockey, and basketball. So we have to get this information because we are going to use the formula that was given. The formula which says n of F union B union H equals n of A. So I don't know, I'm still using A. N of F, and number of students that like football, plus number of students that like basketball, plus number of students that like hockey, minus number of students that like football intersection hockey, plus minus number of students that likes B intersection H, minus number of students that likes F intersection B, minus the total number, which is the one we are looking for, which is number of F intersection B intersection H. This is what we are looking for from the question. We are actually looking for, I should have written it out that this is what we are looking for. So let me just write it somewhere here. N of F intersection B intersection H is unknown. So we are looking for it. We have this, only this that we don't have. So from here, this is what 95% equals N of F, which is 49%, plus N of H, 53%, plus 62%, minus, we start listing them, 27%, 27, 29, and minus 28. Minus N intersection B intersection H that we don't know. So 95% equals, we'll add this together, I will minus this from it. We'll add all this. Look at what is on the board. I hope you understand. We are looking for this, which is this one. We have this, the number of F union B union H. So what we have here is what we are going to use to find this, and we are going to use the formula that was given initially, which says n, the number of union equals, we listed it out, the number of each element, each set, minus the intersection of both and the intersection of the three. And we are looking for the intersection of the three, which is this one. So we are going to use that formula to get the intersection of this. So I listed it out, this one, which is 95%, I wrote it out. Number of F, which is 49, I listed everything out. So now I want to get the total number of those that don't like, that likes all three games. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. It is plus, not minus. So now I just did the normal calculations here. So the answer I got is 95% equals 80% plus number of F intersection B intersection H. So for us to get this, say 95% minus 85, 80% equals this. So N number of F intersection B intersection H equals 15%. So I'm sorry about the mistake. So you can go back to the other. I think I made the same mistake there. So it is plus, not minus. So we can go back to it and make the necessary correction. So the number of those that likes all three games are 15% of the students, which are 500 students. So those are the total number of. So let us represent what we have here in the Venn diagram for better understanding. I'm sorry about the mistake, but this is it. So I'm taking it from the beginning. I hope you understand. So let us represent it in the Venn diagram. So I've represented it in a Venn diagram. So let me explain how I got, so you don't get confused. From what we did before, we got that F intersection H and intersection B equals 15. So let me explain how I got this one. From the question, you know that F intersection H, they gave us 27. And this F intersection B, they gave us 28%. And B intersection H, they gave us 29%. So if you look at it, this place is the intersection of F and H. This is the intersection of B and H, and this is the intersection of F and B. So anything we get here must give us this 27. So since we got the total number of those that this one in the middle, which is the intersection of all three, so we'll minus it, we'll say 27% minus 15%. That gives us the one we have here, the 12 we have here, sorry. The one we have here, which is the intersection of F and H. This one, we said 28% minus 15%. F and B, which is 13. The intersection of this and this, F and B. F and B, intersection of this and this and this, which is all this. So this here must give us what was given in the question. This here must give us what was given in the question. So don't let it confuse you. And the last one, which is B intersection H, which is the intersection which is here. And we got 15 to be this one. So we'll say 29 minus 15, which is 14%. That's how we got what you saw here. That we have 12 here, 13 and 14. So what we got here, I just want you to explain. I'll still erase all this one. So the answers we got here in the intersection is what here, here, and here, and here is what we are going to use to get the total number of those that like football only, which is this place. Total number of those that like hockey only, which is here. And total number of those that like basketball only, which is here. And to do that, what you just do is, for N of F only, we'll say 49, which is the one we are given the question, 49% minus everything here. Just let us imagine that this one was not included. Let us say there was nothing here. So we want to get F only. So we have to say everything here. We want to get everything here, which is everything here, which is 49. Minus this will give us what is here. All F is 49. minus all what we got here will give us F only, which is football only. So 49, which is the number of those that like football, minus the intersection of the ones that took football and hockey, those that took each football, hockey and basketball, and those that took football and basketball. So we say 12% plus 15% plus 13%, 49% minus this is on, let's calculate it, 12 plus 15 plus 13, that gives us 40. Yes, 12 plus 15 13, it gives us 40. So minus 40% here equals to 9%. That's how we got the 9 that was written here initially. So we'll do the same for this too. Number of H only, number of H minus, I just want to list it out so that you understand, for better understanding. F intersection H plus, let me add number, plus number of F intersection H. You are looking for H only, right? H only, which is, you are looking for here only. Let's imagine this one is not here, we don't know it. So we have F intersection H, B intersection H, plus N of number of the intersection of everything, which is B intersection H. So this gives us N intersection H from the question is 53. Those that like hockey only, which is 53 minus intersection F intersection H is 12 plus B intersection H, which is 14, plus the intersection of all three, which is 15. So we say 53 minus the addition of this, which is 12 plus 14 plus 15. 12 plus 14 plus 15, which gives us 41 here. This is 41. Don't mind, everything are in percentage, so you must include it. All these here too are in percentage, so let them be included. So we have 12%, which is what we wrote here. That's how we got our 12%. So we'll do it for the last one, which is number of basketball only, which is N of B, the one we are given in the question, minus intersection of, we are looking for all this like this. So from here, we are looking like this. So this intersection, F intersection B, plus N of B intersection H, yes, plus the intersection of everything. Okay. So from our question, percentage of students who like basketball only equals 62%. 62% minus the intersection of F intersection B, number of those that like football and basketball, which is 13%, plus those that like basketball and hockey, which is 14%, plus the intersection of everything, which is 15. So let us add this and see what it gives us. See, it gives us what we have here. So 13 plus 14 plus 15, this gives us 42%. And as you can see, the answer here is 62 minus 42. 62 minus 42 gives us 20%, which is what we have here. I want you to look at it very well. Now, since we've gotten how we got the Venn diagram, so we want to get the number one question, which says number of students that like all 3 games, which is 15%. We want to find the total number, so we'll change it to percent. And you know our universal set is 500. So number one, which is we are looking for n of f intersection b intersection h, which we got here to be 15%. So 15% of our universal set, which is 500, equals the total number of students who likes all 3, which is 75. So 75 students likes all 3 games. So the next one says we should find the ratio of NF only, number of students who likes football only, to let me just write it like this, to number of students who likes hockey only. And from our question, those that like football only equals 9% of 500, and hockey only, which is 12% of 500. So the ratio of this to this is 9:12, which is equal to 9/4, yes, 9/12, which equals to 3:4. So we have gotten for this. So the last question says last question says we should find the number of students who likes watching only one of the 3 games, only one. That is, we are finding number of students who likes football only, plus number of students who likes hockey only, plus number of students who like basketball only. So from here we have 9% plus 12% plus 20%, which gives us 9 plus 12 plus 20, which gives us 41%. It gives us 41%. So 41% of 500 gives us 205 students. That is to say, 205 students, 205 students likes watching only one of the 3 given games. So that's that on sets. We have that on Venn diagram. We have that of 2 and 3 sets. We've done for two sets, and we've also done for 3 sets. So that's that on it. Thank you, and I hope you understand and enjoy the class.
I hope the class was interesting. If you have questions, please drop them in the comment section or send us an email. We will love to help you further. See you in the next class.